the BAFTAs Game Awards yesterday. I just took some time out to watch that and enjoy seeing all the collaborators, all the creatives, the people who are big names in the industry, rightly being awarded for all the hard work. And what a year 2024 has been for gaming. Apparently, it's one of the most fruitful, the most rich collection of new games, and really taking the gaming industry into a completely new level of quality. And so, though not all of these are familiar to me, it was really interesting just to sit and watch the comments in the live chat, see which games were supported and which were a little bit more fringy, and appreciate that probably a lot of the quality that we're seeing coming through is as a result of the COVID lockdown and the artists and creatives industry being just obliged to have a lot of time on their hands. So yeah, this is what you get when you're not working frenetically. There's time for the imagination to go overboard, and it was obvious to see that. I would say that for those of us who are not heavily involved in gaming, but see our family members, our children and grandchildren heavily involved in that, it is great just to keep an eye on the news in the industry and some of the lingo that goes around and understand which of these brands are suitable, which of these have great storylines or very suspect, probably for mental health, for instance, those which might be more horror orientated. So I advise you go watch the BAFTAs award ceremony 2024. It's on YouTube. You can easily find that and start to see who's up there. And also the good that's coming out of some of these games, the ability for the coding, the animation, and the interactivity, the social networking to be offered to people that may be disabled or housebound, for instance. It's obviously got its pros and its cons, and this is my approach. I'm seeing it like we would with any new development in industry and technology, that there's always going to be an unknown and a risk element, and there's always going to be immediate benefits, and we should harness those. So one of the awards was called Special Effects, and it was won by the team called Special Effect, who are helping disabled children to really be able to express themselves through gaming in ways they've never experienced in their own physical body. So that's just one small example of how things are taking off. I would like to suggest to any of you thinking, why is a 50-something-year-old talking about gaming and spending an evening watching the BAFTA Gaming Awards? Well, because I want to be able to have these conversations with my children's children, and they are themselves not heavily into gaming, but their children sure will be. Gaming, social media, and all the darker sort of influences that we need to protect our children to be able to make good choices on the inside of the virtual world. So that's my idea. I want to stay tuned. I can remember sitting around a game of Cluedo when I was about 10 years old, my grandmother not being able to understand anything we were doing or what on earth the strategy of the game was. We are equally going to be left behind if we're not careful to make sure that we stay in touch and understand the newest and latest developments. So, guys, I want you to look out for me. I'm on the Facebook page, Gill Bentham Creative Game Development, and then you can join my Digital Trespasses private community for those of you who want to equip themselves to navigate the digital universe that your children and your grandchildren are happily inhabiting. And yes, you will feel a bit like a digital trespasser, but I'm going to equip you not to be prosecuted by guilt, by fear, by anxiety, or even by being shamed by your own children. So look out for us there. Join me at makefunoffaith.com/join. See you there.